Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Okay, so this is week 6 project restaurants. This is the last assignment. 6. We have to prepare ourselves for week 7, which is a personal project. Okay, so the personal project to include we using all the skills that we've learned to create a chart, okay, or a table, a workbook. Okay, I'll do a video to explain that. Okay. So this is restaurant exist project. Okay. So in that project, we have, sorry, let me open my sheet. Okay. So this is my downloaded workbook. All right. So let's go to what this scenario has for us. Now, this assignment don't have a lot of things for us to do. Okay. We're just going to deeper. We are going deeper into pivot charts, pivot tables. Okay. We'll also be introduced to slicers. This assignment. Okay. So please make sure you read the scenario because it will help you to understand the whole idea of the assignment or what you're going to go through in the assignment. And also don't forget your standard of professionalism. Remember, each week they treat new standard of professionalism. So it's important that you open this and then watch what they have for us this assignment. Okay. So in this workbook, we have 3 sheets. 1 for survey questions, 2 for, the survey results, and then recommendation. Okay. So let's go to what we have here. It says requirements survey question. Before creating pivot tables, take some time to get familiar with the data by copying the question from the survey result sheet to the survey question sheet. This will allow you to get a feel for the survey structure before trying to work with the data. Okay, so now this assignment is something like not really data entry, but something like data analytics or data analysis. Okay, so a data was sent out or a survey was sent out to people. Now, when we read the scenario, help us understand that it's a restaurant. Okay, so they sent out 8 questions, and then the 8 questions, they just wanted to know, okay, when you look at the questions, you will see, say, for what reason did you attend a restaurant? And they have, these are the examples of the reasons. Okay, all those that are in blue, the examples of reasons. Okay, we have question 1 here. This is question 2. And then when you go, we can see question 3. And then question 3 also have the, okay, the reasons. Okay, and the ones in black from here coming are the choices of others, or the um the what people choose as their reason for each questions. Okay, all right. So what we are going to do, you say the survey question, so we should copy and paste the question from the survey results. We can find it, because can you find a way to do this without messing the formatting below? Okay, so we have number, we have questions. So all we got to do here for the first sheet, as this is required of us, is that we just copy the questions. Just copy and paste. Now I don't need this, please apply, select all to apply. I just need the questions. Okay, so I need a question, and you can see, let me just type here question 1. Okay, that was a question 1. And then I'll go back, copy question 2, and paste question 2. Now I don't want this there. I just want the question. I don't want this either. Okay. So come here, type question 2. Oh, sorry. Question 2. And then let me do question. No, I think you know how to go about it. You just copy and paste. So, and remember, these people, these things have fill color. Okay, remember it's supposed to be white, but they have colors. Okay, so what you have to do is that you can come here, fill color, and then change it to no fill. The same thing as this, no fill. Okay, now remember that when you copy over, okay, let me try to copy question 3 too, so that will show you what I'm coming to talk about. Please don't cut it, just copy and paste. Just question 3. Okay, I remove the fill color to no fill. All right, so you can see that before there was lines separating each of them. Okay, now even if you go to this, you can see that there are lines separating each other. But when you copy and paste, you can see that these lines are what have gone away. Okay, so what you have to do is just to select each of them and add a button border for all of them. Add a button border. You add a button border. Now you can see, oh, sorry, you have to select all of them. Huh. So you can see that this is separating them very, very well. And now I just want to use question 8 as an example of, I want to show you something. Now, question 8, you can see that question 6, question 7, question 8, all of them, the font color for the questions are what? White. Okay, they are all in white. For example, if I copy question 8 over and then I paste it, and I remember we don't want this fill color here, so we'll take it off. Okay, we take that off, we're going to fill color, and then we'll go to no fill. When we go to no fill, nothing is shown. Okay, that is because the font color for this is what? White. Okay, so you can go there and then make it what? Black. Okay, I think you have the same issue with question 6, question 7. So you do that. Okay, and then let me see, I don't want to bold. Just want it as normal. You can leave it on bold, or you can leave it like that, like I have done. Okay, so you do the question 4 to 7, just copy paste it, and then just the questions, and then write the question numbers here. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's go to what we have again here. Okay, so we are done with the survey question sheet. Now we are going to the survey dashboard. Okay, it says that 1 sheet per survey question. Okay, so it says use the data from the survey result sheet, create a pivot table and pivot chart for the choice of 5 survey questions, excluding age and gender questions. Every table and chart needs to be connected to a slicer, like gender or age, meaning there will be one slicer on each of the 5 new sheets. Label each sheet so the user can quickly determine which question to respond to. Determine the type of data provided in the responses First or numeric, you will need to set up the pivot table differently. Okay, so let me try to explain this. Now, I already explained that this is a survey that was sent out for people to do to answer questions based on what they like most about the restaurant, and also the reason they attend, the food they are most interested in, the food they should add to their menu, and then what influenced them when considering a restaurant and the whole lot. Now, what we are going to do is that for each question, we are going to use pivot table or pivot charts to help these restaurant owners to visualize this survey for every question. Okay, so like for example, for this question 1, we are going to use a pivot table or chart to help them to know the number of people that attended the restaurant, as the question goes, because of a special occasion, because of holidays, because of date night, because they like the food, and because a friend recommended to them. Okay, and then we are also going to use it to visualize to them the type of food people are interested in. Okay, so I think that is very, very explanatory, very not hard to understand. Okay, so it's just something like data analysis, where we use data, raw data, and then we use it to visualize. We visualize using whether VBA or macros or charts or tables, to visualize the information to help owners understand what is going on in their business. So that's what we are going to do here. Now, it says that we should not create a pivot chart for questions 7 and 8. Okay, you say excluding age and gender questions. Now, when we go to the table, you can see that the question 7 and question 8 are what the age and then what's the gender questions. So it says that we should not create a pivot chart for them. So please read it well and don't create that for them. But it says we can choose to do it. Create 5 charts for the questions, and we should exclude what gender and then age. Now we have 8 questions, so take out 2, remain 6, and we are supposed to do it. Create 5 of our choices. Okay. So depending on your own choice, okay, let's say for example, you are a restaurant owner, and then for this question that you sent out for people to do it answer, you would want to know the answers through visualizations or through charts. Think about it and then know the questions that you would want to do what? Use charts, okay, that will help you, okay, to know what you have to do about your business so that you will grow. All right, so I will create, I think, 2 or 3 for you, and then you figure out the 2 on your own. Okay, so let's say, for example, I'm a restaurant owner. Now I want to know how the reason why people attend my restaurant, because it's very, very important, so that I will know on what occasions people are likely to attend or to come to my restaurant. Okay, so that would be my first question. Now, before before you go with your pivot charts, it's very important that you create a name range. that will reference the whole data. Okay, we use a name range that will reference the whole data for the pivot chart. Okay, we already created pivot chart before, so we do the same thing here. Okay, but this time around, we are not going to add the questions. So the first row is out. We start from the second row. Okay, but first of all, let me try to open it up so that we all see. Okay, let me try to select, and then I will format this, and then I will use auto fit column width so that it will open very well for me. And then I'll create my name range, select everything here. Please try to do what? To be careful when you are selecting the whole data. Try to be careful. Don't select the first rows. The first row that contains the questions, don't select it. Select it from A2 to the last part. Okay, you already know how to do that. So you create your name range. Maybe I'll name it as data. Or let me just say data. And I'll hit enter. Okay, so I will add one sheet. Okay, and I'll name it. I want to answer question 1, so I'll name it as question 1. Okay, so in question 1, I will come here, copy the question. And then I'll paste it. Okay, and then I will format it as a heading. I don't want this there. Okay, I just want this. Let me take away the fill color. So this is question 1. So just like we did last time, you go to insert, you go to pivot chart. Don't select this first one. Select pivot chart and pivot table. And then they are asking you for the data table range. Remember, we already created a name range for that. So you just reference it. Bring your equal sign and then your name range here, which is data. So once you click enter, you have to see something like this. Okay. You have to see something like this. Now, try to go to the survey results. Now remember, for the question 1, we have this, we have that, we have this, we have that, we have this. Try to select, okay, try to select the all the options for question 1. Okay, so like for example, that question 1, we have special occasions, we have holidays, we have date night. I like the food, the friend recommended it to me. So what I will do is I'll click here and I'll drag to values. I'll click here, holidays spot, I'll drag to values. Click here, to values. Click here, I'll add to values. Click here and add to what? Values. Okay, I think from freshwater fish is that of question 2. Let me check. So that is that of question 2. So you don't add it to question 1. Okay, please be very, very careful with that, because if you add that of another question to this, you get to now. You can see how this thing is working. It's not really nice. Okay, so try to, you see values here, try to drag it to the axis category. Okay, so Now we can see that this is a count of people, okay? Count of people that came there for what? Special occasions, count of people that came there for holidays, count of people that came there for date night. Now you can see that the chart has already been created for you, okay? So all you got to do is just to, edit it. Okay, it's not something that is really, really hard. Now, in editing it, we don't want this count of here, count of, count of, count of. No, we don't want it there. We just want the options itself. So we do that by coming to this place, okay? So you will click on this small arrow here. Okay, so when you click on it, you go to field, value field settings, and then you rename it here. Okay. Okay, so it's pivot name, pivot table name already exists. So you can just leave one space here and then hit enter. So you can see how it goes with that. Okay. And then you come to that of count holidays, you go to value field, and then you rename it. Leave one space like work. And then you can go down, go to value file to this, and then can rename it. Okay, then you can scroll down. Okay, you can scroll up here and scroll down so that you can get all of them. Okay. All right. So this is it. And you can see you have some values here. You have all these. We don't need all these things. Okay. So you can just click on this, left click, and then you go to hide all buttons on chat. Remember, it's not hide as it's filled. It's hide all filled buttons. So when you click on that, you can see all of them are gone. Okay. Now you can come here, come to analyze. Oh, sorry. You can come to design, add your ASUS titles. Add the ASUS titles. Okay. And then it says that we should add a slice. Okay. So adding slicer. Sorry for that. I think my I was not working. All right. So it says that we need to know that every table and chart needs to be connected to a slicer for gender or age. Okay, so let's go and do that. Remember, when I'm not selecting, I'm selecting these empty spaces. There's nothing showing. Okay, so when you select this, adding slicer, you go to analyze, and you can see insert slicer, not insert timeline, insert slicer. Now inserting slicer, it says that we should do what? Insert slicer for either age or what? Or gender. Okay. So now this, let me see. When you go down, you see that of age, and then have gender response. So let me see. I just want to add age. Okay. I'll go here, just edit it a bit. And then when you go to the settings, you can see there is a slice. I just want age. I don't want age response. So select it and then edit it more like this. And then I'll paste it here. Okay. Now what these slices do is that it's just like a filter. Okay. It helped me to know. It helps me to know. Okay. The number of 65 years old Okay, those people that are 65 years old, okay, their choices for the reason they attended. Okay, and also help me to know if I select this, help me to know those people who are between 19 to 34. They are the choices of those people. Those who are under 18, if I select that, it also help me to know only the choices of those who are under 18. And for example, if I select 65, you can see that this table will change and this will also change. If I select that, this will change and that will change. Okay, so that is a very nice and interesting thing. No, okay, that is the power of slicer. Now, if I want to cancel it, you just click here, clear all filter. You are good to go. Okay, let me create another sheet. Okay, so with this, I think, yeah, okay. The only thing you gotta do is just to, you know, name your axis titles, your chart title, and that's all this. Okay, so we'll get back to that. Let me create another one for, let me see. Okay, so I want to know the average. Okay, the average of people who, and the food types of people who are the food types people are most interested in. Okay, so I'll go to this. I'll name it question 2. Question 2. So just like we did already, we'll copy the question number. I'll paste it here. I'll take away the fill. Then make this, I don't want this here. So select that and then format the cell as well, the heading. Okay, so I'll go to insert, go to pivot chart, pivot table, and then set my name range there. Okay, so remember these things are for what? Question 1. So try to not make mistakes when it comes to that. Okay, so for several result question 2, I have from freshwater to Chinese. Okay, so I just add it, go to values, go to values, go to values. So go to values. And then click and drag the values to what the axis. So click here so that you can see this. Now, I don't want the sum of this. I don't want the sum of the choices. I want to know the average, because when you come here, you can see that this is what a rate. Okay, so they wanted to rate the interest. Their interest, which is, you say 1 is no interest, and then 5 is translated interest. So this was something like a rate. So I will make it what? An average. Okay, so you go there to select them, go to this small arrow here, select, go to value field settings, and you select average. I want the average of the votes for what? Fresh water. I want average of this. Select average. I also want, you can scroll down here, go to average here. Oh, sorry, I'm on the average. Oh, sorry, average of the Italian. Says pivot memory. Just leave one small space there so that on the average Chinese. Okay, so now I will leave this thing to 1 decimal. Oh, okay, and then just like we did with this, the other one, we take away this by left clicking, and then hide the field buttons on charts. Now I'll come here, I'll come to format, sorry, I'll come to design, add my ASUS arrows. Please make sure you rename the ASUS title. Don't leave them like that. And then the chart title too. Don't leave it like that. If not, you'll find yourself in trouble. Okay, not really trouble, but you lose marks. That's what I'm trying to say. Now we'll have to add slicers. So I will click on this, come to analyze, and then I will insert slicer. Now this time around, let me do age again. So select age and click OK. Now I want on the age, I don't want to respond. So I come here and then rename it. Okay, if you can't find that, when you click on it, it should show. Okay, you can also go to slicer settings and you go to this display header and then you delete this. Okay, so when you click on that, you can see you only have age, and then we just make it nice and then keep it here. Okay, so just like we did for the question 1, it's the same thing here. When you select this, it has to change. Select that, select this, it will change. So that's the power of slicer. Okay. Now remember, all these ones, they are different. The slicers are supposed to be different for all of them. Okay. The slicer for this should not be connected with that of this. Okay. So it's supposed to be different. I'll just leave this. So I'll do one more, and then just like you already know, you do the 2 on your own. So this time around, let me see which one I'm going to do. Let me see. Okay, so we'll do that of question 4. It says rate how each factor influence you when considering a restaurant. Okay, I'll do that with question 4. So I'll rename this sheet as question 4. Okay, and then just like we did, copy the question and then paste it. Give it no fill and then format it as, remember when you format it, there's green line. It's not underlining everything. So just help it to underline everything. Okay. So come here, insert pivot chart, pivot table. We go to data. And then for question 4, let me see where question 4 says. Start from seating comfort to family friendly. Okay. So come here. So this is sitting comfort. good food, restaurant cleanliness, ambience, prices, family friendly. Make sure you drag it to the bottom, okay, so that it will follow just like we have in the survey questions, okay, from this, that, to this, to that. Don't mix it, don't, like, for example, bring a, remember, it starts with sitting comfort. Don't bring sitting comfort to the down, okay, and you bring family friendly to the top. Okay, remember, the way you arrange it here, okay, is how this is going to appear. Okay, so you, just like you already know, you move the value here. Okay, so let's say, for example, if I move good food, okay, if it's up here, you can see it will change here. But on the table, on the survey result, the sitting comfort is the one that is the first. Okay, so try to leave it just like this has over here. Okay, so let me move sitting comfort back. And now you can see this. Now this is also rate. So I will change it to what? Average. Okay, so I change it to average. Remember, leave one small space there. So that's to go there. On the average. And on the average of this also, the restaurant cleanliness. Oh, sorry, the average, not. So please make sure you select the average. So on the average of this. I also want the average of that, not the sum. Sorry. The average of prices. Leave one small space here. Okay. So that is that. Okay, I will leave this to one decimal place. And then remember, just like we did, you hide this. You go to analyze. Oh, sorry, this design, add your other styles. Okay. And you select it again, go to analyze, and you add slicer. This time around, I will use gender, the gender response. I want to know the number of females and males. Okay, so just like we did, we'll rename this here. Okay, so when I click on this, I know the females, choices of the female. Click on that, I know the choice of the male. Okay, so I just, okay, I think this is too much. Let me save it to this here. Okay, so remember, we will create another additional two for yourself. So just go to the questions. Okay, remember, you leave these two, don't add that of this and that. But we have some good questions there. Okay, you can do that of question 5. You can count the number of people that hear about the restaurant through newspaper, radio, internet, or social networking. Okay, you just follow this. Okay, you can count, use the count of it. Okay, And you can also, count the number of, for question 3, the number of people that like they want chicken and waffles to be added to the menu, pizza, thigh shrimp, pepper crusted with scallions, and then, use a count of them. Okay. I also have, yeah, I think we only have 3 left. So just go through, and then, okay, you can also use the average of the overall experience. Okay, and like I said, don't forget to rename your chat title, the access title, and then, the access titles for this site as well. And then, you already know how to go about with this. Okay, so when you're done, you would have to, let me show you one thing. So you can, for this table, you can change the design. It's like you already know, just make it nice. Okay. And then one thing that you need to know is that when you set the design for one, you have to use the same design for all of them. Okay, for all the tables. Okay, don't change the designs. I think I use this one. Let me check. There. Okay, so you do the same thing for the other 2 questions that you will create. Okay, and when you are done, it is important that you leave. Okay, you remove the guidelines and make it look professional. Remove the guidelines for all of them. Okay, remove the guidelines. And for the other 2 questions that you create on your own, you can also, remove the guidelines. And if you want to add fill color, okay, maybe you want to change the color, you can come select this place, select everything, and then come to fill color, okay, and then just give it one conservative color for all of them. And remember, if you select this, try to make it in unison to do that for all of them. But if you don't want, like for me, I don't want, so I just leave it to no fill. I'm good to go. Okay, now we have the recommendation sheet. Okay, so you see on the recommendation sheet, please provide what you feel are 3 most important recommendations to a restaurant management team to help them increase sales and customer satisfaction. Okay, so just like I told you about data analysis, they use it to help them to know where they are lacking, where they need to work on, where they need to put much effort, where they need to push less effort, and so it goes. Okay, so you have the recommendation sheet here. Now it says example using data shown in this. Okay, so we have number here. Now it says we should do a create 3 recommendations. So according to the number of person that you want to create a recommendation for. Okay, so if I want to create a recommendation for question 2, okay, I will type here question 2, question. Okay, and then say consider asking server name to work on more Thursdays, training, this and that. So just as an example to show us. Okay, so for question 2, okay, so I can see that, let me say, from question 2, I can see that most people want the Mexican food type the most compared to Greek and Chinese. Okay, so I can recommend that they should try to create or cook more freshwater fish food, American and Mexican food, more than that of Greek and then Chinese, because Italian, because according to the survey, most people like freshwater, American, and then Mexican. Okay, so I can recommend it to them that they should do what? They should try to, from here, please try to, from the question, people like freshwater fish food, American, Mexican food more. So I recommend that you cook these kind of food more than any other food. And then from here, I can write that on question 2, okay, question 2, the chart on question 2 shows that the freshwater fish, American, Mexican food are the food that people really want. Okay, so that will be my supporting data. I'll reference, okay, it says chart on sheet. So I can write that the chart on question 2 sheet, okay, this is the sheet name, that is question 2. So I can write here that chart on question 2 shows that this the food, freshwater, American, Mexican, are the most wanted food by people. Okay, and then if I want to create that of question 4 too, I can say that people really mind the, okay, it says rate how each factor influences one consideration. So people consider the restaurant cleanliness, restaurant cleanliness and prices towards to the rest. So they should try to clean the restaurant, and then the prices, they should make it affordable so people can come. So that is a recommendation to them. And then I will insert the charts on it, blah, blah, blah. You know, is like supports this data, support this recommendation that I've. Then you do that for the other question that you want to do, create recommendations on. Okay, so that is that. Let me know if you don't understand anything, and please try to make sure that each cell is selecting, each sheet selecting cell A1. Okay, each sheet is selecting cell A1, cell A1, and then make sure that the recommendation sheet is the one that is at the back, at the last. Okay, the survey questions should be first, survey results should be second, the questions, 5 of them. I created 3, so create the 2, 5 of them in the recommendation sheet. You can choose to color this or not. Okay, so that is that for this very assignment. I promise to make a video on the, not really make a video like tutorials. I'll just explain the week 7 project. Okay, you come here week 7. I think I've already downloaded the workbook. Okay, so we have personal education, then end of course evaluation, which is 100 points. Okay, so when you open it, you already know. Now let me try to open that of the, okay, so this is it. You already have one sheet in it, and then if you read it, you will know, you understand. Okay, so thank you all, and then please subscribe, and then leave your comment, any questions if you don't understand. Thank you very much.